Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for November the 18th through the 24th. Welcome to this very cold and blistery day in New York City. My building is freezing as well. The heating isn't on. But anyway, I digress. If you are new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy these readings and that you will return. And if you are returning, thank you so much. I really appreciate your loyalty, your love, and support. These readings are for the collective. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. You know, sometimes the readings are very specific. Spirit wants to reach a certain person. So let go of it. What I just want to say, don't assume that everything I say here is applicable to you. Now, these are for your sun, moon, and rising. So if you know your moon and rising, check out those readings too. And all the links to the other videos will be below. Sometimes it takes me a minute or two to get them up, but if you go to the playlist for this month, you will find them in there. Sorry, it's a little thing there. It's a little piece of fluff. So, as I said before, these are general readings. If you would like a more personalized, in-depth, and tailored reading for you, click on this link here. It will take you to my website and you can see the kind of readings that I offer. Also, I have a Facebook group, guys, and it's a private group, and every 2 weeks I do a live stream in that group, which correlates with the full moon and the new moon. So next week, the new moon is in Sagittarius, I believe. So I will be doing a live feed for the new moon. And when I do the live feed, whoever shows up, I look at their horoscopes, and we have this really lovely interactive, live feed, and I look at how the new moon will affect them, how they will receive the energies from that new moon. And I have my tarot cards in hand, and I answer questions. So we have a really good time. You just have to, request to get in, and Bob's your uncle. You're in. Now, what else? Oh, yeah. Another way to support this channel is through Patreon. Click on this link here. Check out my Patreon page. I post things in Patreon that I don't post anywhere else. And I want to take this opportunity to thank my patrons so much. I really appreciate you guys. You really help me out. And other than that, just please like, comment, share, and subscribe. So without further ado, I would just want to say, these readings come in 3 sections. The intro, which is this, then there's the astrology report, and then there is the tarot reading. And I put skip time stamps in the show more section below, so that if you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising, you don't have to listen to the astrology all over again or the intro. You can just skip straight to your tarot reading. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading for November the 18th through the 24th. I'm your astrologer, Mary Trimble, here to tell you what's going on in the celestial sky this week. Let's start with Tuesday, November the 19th. Mars moves into Scorpio. When a planet moves into another sign, it's a huge shift in energy. Now, Mars comes home to Scorpio because it's the co-ruler of Scorpio. It rules along with Pluto. When Mars moves into Scorpio, it's about power and strength and control. It's about getting what one wants and having the energy to go after it. So we will feel energized and perhaps inspired and motivated. It's also a time when our libido is raised. It's very high and active, I might add. So some of us might get lucky. Hey, plan your date on Tuesday. Anyway, on Wednesday, Mercury stations direct at 11 degrees. Now, look, Mercury's the planet of communication, electronics, mechanics, short distance travel, right? And 11 is a very powerful number. I feel this is one of those when any planet stations direct or retrograde, it slows down, and the qualities of that planet are emphasized at this time. So things may break down and have to be repaired, which I'm sure you've gone through for the last, 6 weeks or 3 weeks for whatever. Actually, we were in a long period of a shadow time, and we will still have a shadow time, which means that we'll be feeling the effects until Mercury kind of speeds up and goes forward again. So at the same time that Mercury is stationing direct, it's also sextiling the moon. So that is a lovely aspect. So with the sextile to the moon, we may have heartfelt conversations and perhaps have the courage to express our needs and wants from loved ones. But I will say this, emails and texts can go awry in this energy. So make sure you're sending your communications to the right recipient. Things like that happen. Be careful. Be careful what you put in writing anyway. So on Friday, November the 22nd, the sun moves into Sagittarius. So this is also a huge shift, right, in energy. And at the same time, it's in a lovely trine to Chiron. The beautiful relationship between the sun and Chiron will set the stage for us to help and heal others with the empathy gained while surviving our own challenges in life, because Chiron is the wounded healer. Now, this will especially affect those who are in the helping careers, or those looking for a career in helping others. So any kind of service career, nurses, non-profit, whatever it is. So on Sunday, November the 24th, Venus conjuncts Jupiter. This is an incredible aspect. Venus conjunct Jupiter is about love and abundance, harmony and joy. This is an easy aspect where you don't really have to take any action. You just become a magnet for all good things. Any hard work that you've done in the past will pay off, and success is imminent with this. And it's very, what you've worked on will come to fruition, and, you'll get paid. I love that. Your inner beauty attracts love and helpful people. Go out and bask in this energy. It's important to be out and to make connections. Be there so that you can take full advantage of this energy. This is a celestial gift, guys. It's the best energy for falling in love. Any new encounter has the possibility for a lasting romance, so that's exciting. Now, it's great for finances too, guys. Investments should really do well, especially in art, jewelry, and other luxury items. You could be the beneficiary of an unexpected windfall. Cha-ching, darling. I love that. Now, on the same day, Mars opposes Uranus. So that's a little bit of a challenging aspect, but it can also be motivating. It's an explosive energy. It can be explosive, which can be impulsively expressed. It's like no thought before action or verbalization. So, it's like if you have any kind of built up resentment towards someone, this could come out. It's likely to come out during this time. I think of road rage a little. It's kind of, And when I say rage for me, when I'm driving, I'm just cursing at people, you know, in the car on myself. They don't hear it. It's just me. I go, I'm not even going to go into what I say, but I just get very frustrated on the road. So, you know, that's how it comes out for me. And also, you know, resist the urge to engage in social media wars, you know, because it can come out like that. It's like, you know, you could say things that you may regret later or react in a way that you may regret later. Now, you know, with this lovely energy of Venus conjunct Jupiter, it could be expressed in a physical way, such as exercise or sports. You can work that out in that way. You can work all that pent up energy and frustration out in, you know, exercising, do things like that. Or in a sexual way, make love, darling, not war. This energy brings in the need for freedom of expression. That's what it is. It's of not wanting to be restricted by the norms of society. It's advisable to have more foresight, though, and resist the urge to react. Try instead to pause before saying something you could later regret and respond diplomatically. And Monday, I'm just going to quickly mention this. Venus moves into Capricorn, where the focus will be on materialism and status. And also on Tuesday, we have the new moon in Sagittarius. So join me in the Facebook group to find out how that will affect you personally. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's go to the tarot card section of your reading, shall we? Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading for the tarot card section of your reading for November the 18th through the 24th. It's very, very late. Trying to get these out. Oh my goodness, time just runs away from me. This is for Sagittarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Sagittarius for this coming week of November the 18th through the 24th? May these cards be filled with love, abundance, compassion, and blessings. Okay, 3 cards for Sagittarius, please. Oh, they're almost coming out, but they're not coming out, Sagittarius. 3 cards for Sagittarius, please. There's one. Oh, there's always cards each week that come out in most of the readings, and you've got one of them. One more card, please. Yes. All right, these are clarifying cards for Sagittarius. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Sagittarius through these clarifying cards for the week of November the 18th through the 24th? May these cards be filled with love, abundance, compassion, and blessings. Okay, please clarify. Oh no, I thought this was something else. It's totally different. No crossover yet. Please clarify. There we go. And please clarify. Oh gosh. Okay, 2 cards came out for that. And please clarify. Oh, okay. So let's take a look at your cards, Sagittarius. Oh, and happy birthday, darling! This week, the Sun moves into Sagittarius, and at the same time, it's going to trine Chiron, the wounded healer. My goodness, I can't even talk. Okay, so the first card out is the 8 of Pentacles. Clarifying that is the King of Cups. Then you have the Page of Wands. And clarifying the Page of Wands is the Magician and the Judgment card. Then you have the Knight of Swords clarified by the Devil. Okay. Yes, the wounded healer, darling. I think we're going to get a chance. This seems a little too close. Hold on. Let's pull that back a bit. Yes, that's much better. I'm all wrapped up because it's freezing out there. And we've had no heat in this building a little bit today, but not enough for me to take my hat and all my woolies off. Anyway, so the Eight of Pentacles is your first card out. The Eight of Pentacles is the Apprentice card. He's got, you see, what's really interesting, he's working on his craft. He's working on one of the pentacles, one of the coins, and all these coins are up here, which kind of indicates that once his studies are over, all that, the potential to make all that money is there. This is a time, look, you could go back to school, perhaps you can take a course, of something that's of interest to you, or something you've always wanted to learn. It's like, branch out, take the risk, go do some research and start thinking about what you'd like to study. This is really about getting creative and really focusing on, look, I always say that when you're creating something, you have a direct line, if you will, a direct connection with the divine, right? Because that's how we create. You kind of go into a zone when you get creative, and sometimes you're like, wow, this is amazing, and you really get into it, and it's almost like, did I do that? So this is about following, it's about feeding your soul. What is it that you want to learn? I mean, I'm always studying. I'm always finding things to study. I'm always taking classes, and you can take free classes too. There's always kind of free classes that you can take too if you're strapped for money. So you can always learn something, darling. You can always study something. So clarifying that is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is the counselor, right? I feel that you should get some advice. This could be an educational counselor. This could be. I feel like you can get some advice on what to study, or perhaps you are studying something and you need to study, that you need to take the right courses to get to what you really want to do. And so I'm getting that you need to ask advice. Now, I will say this about the King of Water. He wants all his subjects to do really well. He wants them to be elevated. And he's very stoic, but he is a well of emotions. Look, he's sitting on all that water. That's all feelings and emotions. But he really believes that he must remain stoic in order to be a good leader and to be taken seriously. So he kind of, he has a huge amount of self-discipline and self-control. So he doesn't allow his emotions to come out, or he doesn't react through his emotions. He has empathy, but he doesn't let them all out. So sometimes when this card comes in, it's saying, yes, feel your feelings, but don't, you may have an emotional reaction this week, and that's with what's going on astrologically, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we've got, Mars opposite Uranus. We've got Mars moving into Scorpio. We've got the Sun moving into, I mean, there's a big shift in energy, though we do have that beautiful conjunction between Jupiter and Venus, which brings in that beautiful, I'm looking over here because that's where the chart is, so I can be reminded of what's going on. So we have to temper our emotions this week, and we have to be careful how we react. So it's really important not to be ruled by our emotions. It's really important to have some self-control this week, because we will want to kind of lash out. That energy is right there. It's going to be hard not to lash out. So we really need to practice self-control. Yeah, I think your focus should be on anything creative will channel this energy, Sagittarius. And the next card out is the Page of Wands. This is like a new idea, a brilliant idea coming up, an opportunity. Look, when the Page of Wands, you may be working on something that is creative, or you may be working on a project. There may be something that you are working on. And perhaps in your head, you have these ideas. When the Page of Wands comes in, it's saying it's time to take action on those ideas. It's time to move forward. That's what I'm getting with this too. The pages are all about, telling you to go for it. It's time. It's time to put the work into those ideas and manifest them. They have the potential to be extremely successful. And look, clarifying it is the Magician. You are the Magician. You can make this happen. The Magician turns seemingly nothing into something spectacular. So you have everything you require to create the life that you desire, and you can make this happen. Whatever idea has been in the back of your mind or you've been toying with for a while, start taking action and get it done. Look, you have the Judgment card. So things are going to come up for you that you have to address. This has come up for quite a few too. So I really feel that this is a time for you to take action. Most of us, we have to kind of get up and make things happen. So you are being asked to make things happen. You've got to take action is what you've got to do. You've got to move. I want to say move. You've got to keep going. You've got to take the steps to put your idea into practice. And look, the next card is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the champion for justice. He can mean litigation. He can mean, he works in service for the king, and the king's like the judge, right? He's the judge. So he goes out and, he protects the land, and he's, brilliant. He's a thinker as well. He's a communicator, but, he goes out with a sword ablazing. He is ready for action. If he thinks you're doing something nefarious, he will strike you down. So don't take any shortcuts. Keep your side of the street clean. Keep your karma. Don't accrue karmic debt. Every decision you make, think of the ripple effect. You have the devil clarifying this, right? The fight between good and evil. So the devil is about focusing too much on the physical realm. It's a distraction. He's like an addiction, the devil. He's like going to distract you, take you away from the path of action and intellect and communication, because I feel that you're on the precipice of something quite extraordinary. Don't allow this devil to distract you. It can be shopping, it can be drinking, it can be watching the television, whatever you do too much that's going to take you away from your feelings or your ideas or taking action. Because this is really like exciting, energies coming in. It's like fast and furious and, brilliant ideas. Grab onto that idea, because, the nights don't stay. They're here and gone. If you're not taking action on these ideas, then you're missing out on a completely amazing opportunity. So don't get distracted with the devil. Self-control is what you need, right? This is what you have to practice self-control and self-discipline this week, Sagittarius. And for those of you early Sagittarians, happy birthday. And happy birthday to Jill, my friend in Mexico. Darling, I hope, Julia, as we call her sometimes, I hope you, I think your birthday's much further on, but I'm giving you a shout out right now. Oh, and happy birthday to Kathia, my granddaughter's mother. Happy birthday, darling. Yeah, I know you're a Sagittarius as well. I mean, I must know loads of others. But right now, they're the two Sagittarians that I remember. So, Sagittarius, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media. Comment. I live for comments and feedback. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.